Hello everyone, welcome to Grover Academy. Today we are going to discuss the two-sided errors which do not affect the trial balance in detail. So let's start guys. As you can see, the first error which do not affect the trial balance, which we call two-sided error, is known as error of omission. Omission. This word means forgotten, missed out. So what it means, guys? It means that actually we have not done any mistake, because mistake is done only if we do something. Without doing it, how can we do mistake? We have just missed a statement. So what? Let us take an example to understand it. Rent paid $1,000 was not recorded. The statement is clearly saying that we paid rent 1,000, which was not recorded. That means it was missed out, omitted. Now, when we missed out something, we simply record it. When no mistake is done, we have nothing to rectify. We have to just record it normally. So, when we pay expense increase. We discussed the modern rules of accounting, we can see expenses increase debit, right? And cash is an asset. Asset decreases. Why? Because we are paying cash. So rent will be debit and cash will be credit. So the rectifying entry, which is the only entry we will do here, will be rent account debit and cash account credit. 1,000, 1,000. Right, guys? It's easy. There's nothing difficulty. There's no difficulty in this. Now let us discuss the second error. The second error is error of commission. Before explaining this error, let us go back to the previous session's topic, which was modern rules of accounting. If you remember, I told you a word, right? Dealer, which represents some accounting terms: drawings, expense, asset, liability, equity, revenue. Right? These are the classes. We call them classes, right? And each classes have different accounts. Let us explain it more. Expense is a class, and different accounts will be rent paid, salary paid, interest paid, discount allowed, etc. etc. In the same way, asset is a class, and different accounts of this class can be machinery, furniture, cash, bank, etc. Right? So I hope we know that these are the classes and they have different accounts. Now let us go to commission. What it says: entry is recorded in wrong account of the same class with the correct amount and in the correct side. That means there is no mistake in the amount. Amount is correct. Side, if it has to be debit, it is debit. If it has to be credit, it's credit. The only mistake is in the class. Not class, sorry, account, right? Class is also same. If we are talking about expense, it's in expense, but some other expense. To understand it, let us see an example. Rent paid 1,000 debited to, say, salary account. You can see rent is also an expense and salary is also an expense. But what exactly I have done? I have paid rent, which is an expense. In place of the rent account, I have debited it to the salary account. Getting my point? So the class is same. Class is expense, but accounts are different. In place of rent, I have placed it in salary. Just take an example. Let's see that in our school, 12th A, 12th B are the science sections, 12th C, 12th D are the commerce sections. But all four are the same classes, 12th class. One guy, Joe. Joe is a commerce student. He has to be seated either in 12th C or 12th D. But by mistake, he has seated him in 12th A. Who? The examination department. To understand this more properly, let us take an example. Let us suppose that in a school, 12th A is a science section and 12th B is a commerce section. One student, Joe, is a commerce student. By mistake, his name is added in 12th A. That means class is same, but section is wrong. Right? Same way we can say class is the same, and we can take accounts as sections. Wrong account, wrong section, but same class. Now let us see how we solve it. To solve it, we will use a pattern. We will first write the correct entry which we are supposed to pass. And again, what we are doing here, we can see what we are doing here is we are paying rent debit. Again, I told you, you have to brush up your basics. Rent debit, and cash is going out, right? Cash credit. This is the entry which is supposed to be passed, the correct entry. Now, what mistake we have done? Let us do the wrong entry. The wrong entry. This is the wrong entry. This is the correct entry. In place of debiting it to rent account, we have debited it to salary account. So, what we do is we'll write here salary account, debit, and cash. There's no change in cash. Cash is at its right position. 1,000, 1,000. You can see the entry which is supposed to be passed is rent account debit, cash account credit. But we have done salary account debit, cash account credit. Now we will rectify it. And to rectify it, we will do the rectifying entry. What we have to debit? Salary or rent. What? Rent, right? So we will debit rent. We have not done any mistake in cash, so cash will not be a part of rectifying entry. We have debited salary by mistake. So to rectify this, we have to record it in the opposite side with the same amount. Right? So we will do salary account credit 1,000. 1,000. Why I have done salary credit? Because I have debited salary by mistake. And to rectify this mistake, I cannot remove it. I cannot erase it. The best way is to write the same amount in the opposite side. That's what I have done. Debit was the mistake, so same amount in the credit side will rectify this mistake. Right? Let us take one more example to understand this error more properly. Check received from Joe of say $500 recorded correctly in bank account but posted in Go's account by mistake. We can simply see the mistake. We have received check from Joe. We have recorded in the correct side in the bank account, but in place of Joe, we have recorded it in Go's account. So you can again say a person from whom we have to receive cash or check is our trade receivable asset, right? So if I have written in Go, that means Go also will be my asset. I have two trade receivables, Joe and Go. Both are assets, same class. But I have received check from him recorded in his account. Right, same class, wrong section. So let us start rectifying it. The correct entry which I should pass. See, if you remember the rule, when we receive check and the check is not deposited in the same day to bank, we assume it as cash in hand, right? But here I am assuming that I am depositing the check in bank the same day and I am taking bank, right? Okay, so I have to record it like this: debit the receiver or bank asset increases when I put money in my account. My asset increases, right? Debit increase in asset. And who is the giver exactly? Joe is the giver. Joe should be credit. Amount is 500. This is the entry I am supposed to do. But what I have done is bank has no mistake. Bank is correct. But in place of Joe, I have recorded it in Go's account. Right? This is the mistake I have done. Now, to rectify, how will I rectify this? Rectifying entry. Bank has no mistake. So bank has nothing to do in the rectifying entry. Now, exactly I have to debit in bank and I have debited. Right? Joe has to be credited. But by mistake I have credited Go. Again the same thing. To rectify it, opposite side, right? I will record the same amount in the opposite side. So I will debit Go to rectify and Joe I have to always write because he is actually the giver of the check. 500, 500. This is the rectifying entry. I hope it's clear, guys. Now let's see the third error, which is error of principle. Principle means laws, the rules of accounting. So, guys, if we talk about omission, commission, okay, yeah, we are human. Human can do mistakes. We can forget to record. We can skip out. It's okay. Commission sometimes, obviously, yeah, we can record one expense in other expense. It happens sometimes. We have so much of work. Big organizations, accountants have to record so many entries. Sometimes they goof up. They goof up, right? They do mistakes. But if we talk about principle, that means application of accounting laws incorrectly. That is not acceptable. If you can find error of principles, guys, you need to change your accountant. Trust me. Why? Because Wrong class, wrong section, wrong rules, a debit in credit, credit in debit. Some principal mistake. We can define it like this. Entry is recorded in the wrong class and the wrong section, or the accounting laws are used incorrectly. You need to change your accountant, guys, if this situation exists. Trust me. So let us try to understand this principle more properly. Let us take one example. And the example is repairs of an existing machinery debited to machinery account. What we have done here, if you remember IAS 16, International Accounting Standard 16, it says that any asset which already exists with the business, maintenance cost, repair cost of that asset will be the revenue expenditure. That means these repairs are to be added to the expenditure account, to the repairs account. But what we have done, we have added this to machinery account. We have added it to the cost of machinery. This is the mistake we have done. That means a revenue expenditure has been taken as a capital expenditure. Right? So let us see what we have to do and what we have done. The correct entry we are supposed to pass will be repairs debit, right? Expenses increase debit as per the modern rules of account. And when we incur expense, cash goes out. Amount I have not written, let us take it, suppose $100, small amount. Let us save money for the businessman, right? $100, $100. This is the correct entry. Wrong entry. What mistake we have done? We have added to the cost. We have increased the asset, and we know that increase in asset is always debit. So we have done it machinery account debit, cash account credit. This is the mistake we have done. That means cash has no mistake. We have just done mistake in the debit parts. Right? Revenue expenditure has been taken as capital expenditure. This is the principal error, the basic accounting mistake. The accountant is not aware of the basics, right? He cannot differentiate between a revenue expenditure and a capital expenditure. How we rectify this? Rectifying entry. We are supposed to debit repairs because obviously existing machine is repaired. So repairs will be debited. Repairs will be debited. And we have debited machinery by mistake. The same thing which I was saying since the first example. To rectify this, we will record the same amount in the opposite side. So I will record machinery account in the credit side. This is how I will rectify the mistake. I hope it's clear, guys. Okay, let us take one more example so that you are more perfect. Let us take one more example. Cash withdrawn for personal use, debited to, say, suppose rent account. Let us take rent. Suppose it is again 1000. Now, any cash withdrawn for personal use is drawings. An increase in drawings is debit. It should be debited to drawings account. But what mistake I have done? I have debited it to an expense account. See, I cannot identify the amount withdrawn for personal use and expense. Again, principal mistake. So, let us see how we solve it. The correct entry which I should do is drawings increase debit, right? As per the modern laws of accounting. And cash obviously decreases whenever we will take out money from business. Cash decreases, right? 1000. What mistake we have done? In place of drawings, we have debited it to rent account. No mistake in cash as usual. 1000, 1000. Now, we will rectify it. How? Rectifying entry. We have to debit drawings, right? Because we have withdrawn cash for personal use. So drawings will be debited. Cash has no mistake, so cash has nothing to do with this entry. But I have debited rent by mistake. Same thing, guys. We will credit the rent to rectify this mistake, right? So drawings account debit, rent account credit. 1000, 1000. This is the rectifying entry. I hope it's clear, guys. Now let us move to the next error, which is error of error of original entry. Guys, if you remember in my last video, I told you that once we have identified the financial transactions, we start recording them. And the first books in which we start recording are known as the books of prime entry. Remember, I told you the books of prime entry or the books of original entry. If we have started recording incorrectly, definitely everything further will be wrong. Right? Let us see. Let us take, if you remember, I when I told you the books of prime entry here, cash account, cash book is a part of books of prime entry. So let us take an example of a record in the cash book. Uh, okay, cash received from Stanley, say suppose $200, recorded as a cash payment in the cash book. See, mistake we have done. We have received cash, but we have taken it as cash payment. To rectify this, what will we do? We know the correct entry. When we receive cash, cash increase, right? Asset increase debit. So the entry will be cash account debit. Who is the giver? Stanley. Stanley should be the credit. And the amount is 200. This should be the correct entry when we receive cash from Stanley. But what we have done, what mistake we have done, We have taken it as payment. When we pay something, cash goes out, cash decreases, right? And and Stanley is the receiver. It will be Stanley debit, cash credit. 200, 200. See, that means actually it is reversed. It can also be taken as an example of complete reversal. When we've reversed, debit has been taken as credit and credit has been taken as debit. Now we rectify it. To rectify it, what we will do? What entry we have to do actually? That means we can see both are wrong, right? This has to be in debit, sorry, this has to be in credit and this has to be in debit. So, to rectify this, I will write the exact entry because cash has to be in debit and Stanley has to be in credit. And when I talk about amount, I told you to rectify the mistake, I will reverse it. So once I will write 200, let me tell you more clearly. I will write 200 once to rectify it. I'm writing 200 to rectify. Rectified. Yeah. But I have to record also. I will write one more 200 now to record in the debit side. Right. So amounts will be doubled here. Why? Let me tell you once more. I have to record it in debit side, but I have recorded it in credit side. So as I told you, reverse it. Okay, I will reverse it. That's I have rectified my mistake. But now I have to record it also, right? So this 200 is for recording. So amount will be doubled. I hope it's clear, guys. Okay, let's take one more example for this to understand it more clearly. This is, oh my god, permanent marker. Okay, goods purchased from Christine costing 2000 has been recorded as, or we can say posted as 20,000. Now, what mistake we have done? The goods we have purchased cost is 2000, but we have posted or recorded 20,000. We have overstated. When we write more than the actual amount, that means we overstate it. More than actual. Whenever we will write the amounts more than actual, to rectify it, we just reverse the actual entry with the difference amount. I will tell you how. See, the correct entry, what we have to do, the correct entry. When we purchase goods, we write goods, we write inventory or purchases, anything, right? Expenses, purchase expenses, expense increase, debit side, and we have purchased from Christine. The cost was actually 2000. See, you can observe one thing, we have not done any mistake in the entry. We have just recorded the amount wrong. What we have done is, you can see what wrong entry we have done. Actually, the entry is not wrong. Entry is correct. Purchases in debit, Christine in credit. But the amount is wrong. Yeah? Now, what we will do to rectify this? Amount is more than actual. We have to remove the extra amount. To remove the extra amount, we reverse the entry with the difference. How? See, correct entry. I will write Christine debit purchases credit with the difference amount. You can see 2000. If I subtract 2000 from 20, I get 18,000. So I have reversed the correct entry with the difference amount. This is how I will do it when I will overstate, write the amount more than actual. Right, guys, I hope it's clear. Now let us move to the next error, number 5, which is error of complete reversal. You can make out with this word, right? Complete reversal. When the debit and credit of a transaction is swapped. That means we have written debit in credit, credit in debit. Let's take an example. It's a simple one. Cash received from Hong. Say, suppose how much cash he is giving us. Say, suppose $500. When I receive cash from Hong, cash, it should be in the debit of cash, right? Asset cash increase debit has been credited in cash account and debited in Hong's account. See the mistake? Cash is an asset. When I receive cash, the asset is increased. Increased asset should be debited, but it has been credited. And Hong is a trade receivable. When he will pay me the money, now he will no more my trade receivable. Decrease, right? Decrease should be credited, but it is debited. I have reversed it. So, what I will do, I will just do the wrong correct entry. The correct entry will be what comes in debit. Cash, increase in cash should be debit, and Hong should be credit. It's 500, 500, 500. What mistake I have done? I have reversed it. I swapped the debit and credits. I have written the entry as Hong debit and cash credit. This is the mistake I have done. Right. Now, again, the last, if you remember the last example of the last error, rectifying entry. We have to just write the correct entry because actually cash has to be debited and Hong has to be credited. But again, first I will rectify the mistake. To rectify the mistake, I will write 500. And then after rectifying, I will actually record it. One more 500. So, double the amount. This is how I will rectify this error of complete reversal. I hope it's clear, guys. It's easy, right? Now let us move to the last error, which is compensating errors. Let me explain what is it. When two or more unrelated errors compensate each other in value and do not affect the trial balance total. As you can see, I've written unrelated errors. One can be principal, other can be you can say commission or omission. Means two different errors with same amount in such a way that they compensate each other in value, in monetary terms, right? In value, and do not affect the trial balance total. It They both compensate each other in such a way that the trial balance total will not be affected. Let us try to understand this with example. Uh, Total of discount received column of cash book is undercast by $10 and cleaning charges of $10 not recorded. Now you can see total of discount received column of cash book is undercast by $10. We have undercast, we have not recorded $10. That means the total of discount received column in the cash book is short by $10. This is the first mistake, undercast. And the second mistake is the cleaning charges of $10 are not recorded, right? So these are two different unrelated errors of the same amount. They're compensating each other in a way that the total of trial balance is same. Now let us see how we deal with this. Whenever we forget to record anything or we undercast it, we record it. Suppose the total of any account is short. I have to fill that shortage, right? And discount received is income. Income increase is always credit, right? Credit is short. I have to record $10 in credit side. And if I talk about the cleaning charges are expenses. Expenses incurred, expenses took place, but I have not recorded, omitted. Expense increase is always debit, right? So what I will do is I will write down the omission part first because it's debit. Cleaning charges, debit. It had to be recorded, but omitted. I have recorded now. And discount received account, credit. Because undercast with the same amount, $10. Done. This is how I will rectify the compensating errors. So guys, I have discussed all the errors with examples with you. Now it's your chance to practice. Solve questions from your textbooks, from the exercises you have. If you want to ask anything, you can leave comments. I will definitely discuss the doubts with you. So let's wait for the next video in which we will discuss one-sided errors which affect the trial balance. Till then, brush up these, work on these, practice these, and get back to me if any doubts. Bye bye, take care.